What the fuck is up, my britches? If you are new here, hello, my name is Brittany, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about my May favorites and fails. But before I get into the favorites and fails, I do want to address why I removed my last live stream. A lot of you guys probably saw it. Some of you guys probably had no idea that I did it. But I basically uploaded, or didn't upload it, I went live. I went live just having like a casual conversation about just everything that's going on in the world. I let you guys know my thoughts and opinions on everything. And after really like looking back, talking to some people and really getting the perspectives of other people, I decided to take it down simply because there was a lot of misinformation in not only in the chat, there was not a lot of respect happening in the chat as well. And there was a lot of things that I missed while I was live happening in the chat. And I did myself have some misinformation, some things I didn't necessarily have the context to. I had a lot of questions within myself within that video, so I just decided to take it down. Basically, I'm not the person to speak out on what's happening in the world right now as far as like Black Lives Matter and everything like that, because I'm not a person that is affected from these types of things happening. I linked down below some of my favorite people on this platform. Those are the people that you guys need to be hearing what's happening in the world going on from, not from, let's be honest, a white girl just on the internet telling you guys how I feel about it. It's a massive problem, but it's not just about protests happening right now. It's not about right now. It's about going forward in the world. It's about teaching your kids lessons. It's about supporting Black creators, Black content creators, just supporting Black lives in general. And that's what I want to do on this platform. I want to treat my platform as respectful as I can. And I want to encourage you guys to do it as well. So Audra at Home and Nappy Headed Hoba are two of my favorite Black content creators. They've been talking a lot about this. And I feel genuinely those are the people that you need to hear this type of thing come from, not from me. That is not a person that is oppressed on a day-to-day basis. It's not a place for me to say how terrifying the world is right now when these people deal with this on a day-to-day basis. Like, this is how they feel all the time. So those are the people that we need to be listening to right now. So I have them both linked down below. They both uploaded recent videos on how you can help during this time, how you can help going forward. It's not about right now, it's about going forward. And that's the message that I want to spread to you guys before I get talking about just makeup favorites and skincare favorites, because I don't want to sit here and pretend that these aren't issues going on in the world, but I also do want to give you guys also an escape if it's not something that you want to see all the time. Like, I just listened to Audra's video while I was getting ready, and she's encouraging people, like, still post content, like, give us a sense of normalcy, but it is important to remember that these are issues that are happening. They've been happening. And we need to acknowledge that. We need to grow from this, and we need to teach, especially children, correct it as we see it. It's not about just a protest. It's not about just fixing a problem right now. It's fixing a problem going forward. So I hope everybody respects the fact that I removed that video. It was just a lot of, like, I like to have live chats about these. I like to talk to you guys about things. I don't want to be afraid to talk about certain things like this, because I feel like it's important to have a conversation and have an uncomfortable conversation. You know what I mean? So I know that I could film something like that. It wouldn't come off as pure and genuine as I wanted it to. And I'm not afraid to talk about it. So I want to encourage you guys, don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to call shit out when you see it. And overall, just support. Show your support for these people. This is the time especially that they need it, but they need it all the time. Let's just be honest. So I just wanted to address that really quick. I know I'm live. I haven't been paying attention to the live chat, but those are just the things that I wanted to say about my last video before I get into my favorites. And now I just want to address everybody in the live chat and say hello and welcome. I know you guys are all in here. I see you guys all popping in. Hello, good morning. And this is going to kind of lead into a favorite, because I'm a strong supporter of Black-owned companies. I always have been. I always will be. And the first favorite that I wanted to talk about was this indie brand Propa Beauty. These lipsticks, I tried them for the first time in my Wayne Goss swatches, and I also swatched these as well. So these are the Propa Beauty, the Luminous Satin Lipsticks. And I was saying in that video, I'm like, you know what? It's about fucking time that white people or light skin complexion people had the problem that Black people face all the time, or darker complexions. Like, it always feels like darker complexions are the afterthought when it comes to makeup products, especially. And I saw this line and I'm like, I want to try it. I loved everything about this, and a girl loves some juicy ass lips. Let's just be honest. But as soon as I saw that this is a Black owned company, and I really loved the range that they offered, and I really felt that it catered to those people that have a hard time finding nude lipsticks that will fit their skin tone. And I personally felt how they feel all the time. And I was just like, you know what? It's about fucking time. It's about fucking time that a brand did this. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned these Propa Beauty lipsticks. I do have, I think it's the shade Limitless is underneath another product right now, but this is the base of what's on my lips right now. This formula is Gorgina. And I'm so glad that Audra was in the live chat when I was demoing these, because I was trying to apply them because they have a pretty significant dip when you apply them just like a regular lipstick. But I was having an issue with that, and she recommended to turn it around and apply it with this side. And that's actually how I apply these, is just like this. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit of an adjustment, but I want to swatch these again for you guys because these are Gorgina. And something that they're doing right now is actually, they're doing a pre-order right now for these lipsticks. These are $12 and they're Gorgina. Like, they look a lot darker in the tube than they actually apply. So this is going to be the shade Limitless. If you want to see these swatched on my lips, I do have that other video. This is going to be the shade Finesse. But these are just, they're beautiful lipsticks. They're very reminiscent to like Wayne Goss formula. I think Wayne Goss is like a little bit more, it's almost like a little bit more emollient, I think, but the effect is very, very similar. They're going to have that satin finish. They're Gorgina, okay? And then this last one, this was my favorite one. This is going to be the shade Her Magic. It's a little bit darker for what I would like right now, but this is Her Magic. This is Finesse, and then this is Limitless right here. These are absolutely beautiful lipsticks, beautiful formula, super affordable. They're Black owned, like I said. And I just wanted to shout these out again because I think it's a gorgeous formula, but I do want to pull up their website right now because they are having, hang on, let me switch this over really quick so I don't screw up what the screen looks like. They're doing a pre-order, like I said. So they're going to be doing, if you use the code, like normally I have my code, but if you're interested in these, use the code that they have for these two charities because it's going to be, they're going to be donating 50% of the proceeds to charity, whether you use the shade, oh my God. You use the code campaign0, or you could use the code B2TF for Black to the Future. They have, I linked down below, just if you want to know about the charities or anything like that, I have that link down below as well. But I wanted to share this with you guys. If you were eyeing these, like I went on to buy more and these sold out really quick. I feel like once Angelica did her lip swatch video, because Angelica swatched these on a lighter skin complexion. And as soon as she did her video, it seemed like a lot of these sold out. So I went on to buy more, but I will definitely be doing a pre-order for these. So I wanted to share these with you guys. They are doing this charity right now if you do the pre-order. And I believe they're supposed to be shipping in, estimated ship date is late June. So it's going to be a bit until you actually get your order. But I mean, these are beautiful lipsticks, super affordable. Again, they're Black owned. And I really love the formula on these. So I wanted to share that with you guys really quick. So let me take this off the screen and then we'll move on to my next favorite. If you guys have favorites in the live chat or if you're watching the playback, please let your girl know because you guys all know that I love me some favorites videos. They're some of my favorite videos to film. I don't know where my, I don't know where my, my makeup wipes are. So these are going to be staying on my hand for now. Okay. Makeup with Michelle. She said she finally reviewed my Propa Beauty lipsticks and they're amazing. I have Limitless and Finesse. Girl, right? Gorgina. I mean, has anybody else gotten these lipsticks? I think they're so, so beautiful. She says they're so creamy and feel so good on the lips. So beyond comfortable. They're Gorgina. Heather Austin is here. I'm at work, but I love the shape of them. The dip is perfect for me. See, I feel like the dip is good for my lower lip, but my upper lip is where I have the problem. I feel like I almost like overline too much. So I like to switch them around, but you're going to see there's other people that like to use them differently. So try it out. Try whichever way is more comfortable for you. Hi, Brett. I hope the bar is going good. I see you guys working on it. Yes, I've been painting like all weekend. Okay, so next favorite is going to be brushes and a sponge. Okay, you guys have been seeing me use these. I've been testing them out. I still have not tried all of them, but I have some BK Beauty and Refer brushes, and then I also wanted to talk about the BK Beauty sponge. I fucking love the sponge. It is still in like mint condition with the amount of times that I've used this, because I am using it for concealer. Sometimes I use it for my my foundation as well. We're going to get into my favorite foundation brush at the moment, but this sponge is fire. I absolutely love it. It does like double in size when you do wet it. So I do use a damp sponge. I like using a sponge again for my under eyes. I think it helps with the like separation that I was experiencing, but also like creasing and everything. It just gives me more of, I think, like a natural looking finish. And this is like 12 bucks. I keep hearing that the Paw Paw sponge from Shop Miss A is like the bomb.com, but I haven't tried that one. I've been really loving this one. And when I did my initial BK Beauty brush, like first impressions, I ended up getting the whole entire line from Lisa J. She's the owner of BK Beauty. So she sent me everything. So some of these I purchased with my own money. Some of them were sent to me. I just want to make sure I'm always very transparent with you guys. But my 3 favorites at the moment. So I'm still gathering my thoughts on the eye brushes because I have a lot of eye brushes that I've purchased. So I'm kind of like intertwining them. I'm just reaching for them. I'm gathering my thoughts for my updated brush favorites video. So you guys will see that coming soon. I just want to make sure I have a really good rounded collection when I do that video. So BK Beauty brushes. So these are going to be face brushes. The 106, the 103, and this goddamn 101 brush. Oh my God. I cannot even with this 101 brush. If you're looking for a bomb-ass foundation brush, this one is my current favorite. I feel like you could do like concealer with it too, but it's just like a little bit too big for my liking for my under eye. But this gets my foundation done so fucking fast. So this is my current favorite. It's currently sold out, but I believe it's going to restock either in a week or 2 weeks. I have an affiliate link down below for BK Beauty. Such a bomb brush. I also have a discount code with BK Beauty as well. It's also in my description box. I have everything linked down below if you guys want to use affiliate links. They're down there. This 106 brush, I like this for like my cream bronzer and my cream blush. I've been reaching for this like every single time since I got this, and it's just like a perfect size for me. I'm just into it. I really do like this one, and it's got like the perfect amount of density, so it's not super dense where you're like, oh my God, this hurts to like put on my face. And I'm personally a fan of synthetic brushes for my complexion. Like basically anything to do with my face application, I prefer with liquids and creams. I prefer synthetic brushes. I just think that they apply better. But when it comes to eyes, that's where I like natural hair. But this brush right here is really great. And then I also really love this BK Beauty 103 brush. These are my top 3 at the moment. I really like this one for bronzer. I've been using a Chico Hodo brush as well, but I wanted to mention this one because this is a lot less expensive. It's not anything similar, but it's super soft. Like all these brushes are really soft, and it fits really nicely. I'm into it. I love it. So these are my top 3 face brushes from BK Beauty, and then the sponge as well. And then these Refer brushes. So Refer was so kind, and they sent me, I think it was like their essential, was it their essential collection? It was 5 different brushes, but these are my top 2 right here. And I've been using these like every single time that I did my makeup. I have the 01. I feel like this is just like a go-to brush for me because I used to be a big fan of, I think it was the R39 from Morphe, and this reminds me so much of that because it's just perfect because it fits right in my crease. It's just perfect for my hooded eyes. So this one I really love, and these are going to be natural hair as well. But this, what is it? The Refer 04. This is like my go-to, my go-to blush brush now. I use this every single time I do my blush now, especially with my next favorite. I'm sure you guys are going to know what it is because I can't stop fucking using it. So I see that the Paw Paw sponge is fantastic. I'll have to try that. Glitter fell out. Hi, Linda. I swear if one more person sings praises of that BK Beauty sponge, I'm going to have to buy it. Girl, it's fucking bomb. Let me just tell you, it's fucking bomb. But this next one, you guys knew this was coming. I got it right. The NARS Orgasm X Face Palette. I keep saying I want to do a dedicated video. You guys keep asking for it. But guys, I cannot deal with how gorgina this freaking palette is. I have a hard time opening it. I feel like that with pretty much like all NARS packaging. Just look at it. It's on my face right now. I have the highlight. I have, or what is it? I almost said Orgasm X, right? Is that Orgasm X? Yes, Orgasm X, and the highlighter is on my face right now. I don't really love the original Orgasm, but I like mixing them. Like I like mixing Orgasm X and Orgasm to give me just like a more toned down, because this blush is pigmented. So be careful when you're using this, but if you are lighter complexion, I think you would like this Orgasm better. But I love this palette. I love the palette, especially like this highlighter. It's on my face right now. It's blinding. It's not what I would expect from a NARS highlighter. Like normally when I've tried NARS highlighters, they're not usually like metallic blinding like this one is, but it's not unflattering on my textured skin. That's what I really love about it. So this one, I cannot say enough great things about it. I use it all the time, and it just gives you that perfect orgasm flush to your face. I mean, everybody, it seems like, hates on NARS for using like orgasm, deep throat, like all these like inappropriate names. I live for it. I love this little bondage, like the bondage rubber band. I fucking love it. I think it's so funny. And like I said in my last one, maybe I'm just a kinky bitch, but I love it. I think it's so damn cute. And it's just a bomb palette. I cannot say enough good things about it. If you've tried it, please let us know what you guys think about it. But I find that I use that palette every single time I do my makeup, and I can't get enough of it. So next one is going to be such an expensive product, but it's Gorgina, the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. I'm conflicted with this one, but I love it. Okay. It's one of those setting sprays. I don't feel like I could use it all the time. I feel like this would be better if I'm wearing a matte coverage foundation, because like I use today one of my favorite foundations, but sometimes I think that this could be too much for certain products, if that makes sense. Like this, I feel like would look so beautiful if you had like a matte finish and you're like, okay, I want to give my face just a little bit more life, because this does give like a blurring effect when you spray it. It's so bizarre, and I've never experienced a spray alone give that effect, but it really does. But it gives you that veil look. Like, you know how I always talk about Hourglass products and I'm like, it looks like a baby just like an angel just kissed down and kissed your face. Like it just looks so beautiful. And for me, there's no way to fully explain the Hourglass, like the powders, like what they actually do. It's just like an angel came down and just kissed your face, and it just looks beautiful. And I feel like this spray does the same thing. It just gives like a slight luminosity, but it's not glittery. It's not shimmery. It's just like a veil. It's an angel came down and kissed your face. And that's all I know how to explain it as. So if you guys have tried this, let us know what you think about it. I keep telling Linda from Glitter Fallout, I'm like, girl, if you love a dewy spray, you're probably going to love it. But it doesn't give you the look of like dew. It just gives you the look of radiance. I hope I'm making sense, but I love this. I've been really loving it. I know it's so expensive, but it's Gorgina. So next one is going to be a bronzer that's on my face right now as well. I do have a mist product. It's okay. It's not quite a mist, but you guys we'll get there. So this Kosas, is it Kosas or Kosas? I'm not sure even how to say it. It's the Sun Show Moisturizing Baked Bronzer, and I have the shade medium. I love this. It reminds me so much of the Hourglass, the ambient bronzing powder that you guys hear me talk and rave about and recommend in all of like my Sephora favorites and everything. It's going to be right here. It has the most beautiful luminosity. Like I love a luminous blush bronzer. Wow. I love a luminous bronzer when it comes to spring and summertime. I think I would like a matte bronzer more for like fall, winter, because I'm not looking for the glow. This is like my new favorite bronzer for spring and summer. I would be curious to do a video like comparing this bronzer compared to the Hourglass one, but this one, it's so reminiscent to the Hourglass because it has the same like sheen look to it. It looks beautiful. It's radiant. It's luminous. It's just beautiful. It's on my face right now. I have it like very, very subtly because I have other products on my face as well. But it's just beautiful. It's really beautiful. I really love this one. And I've noticed like since I've gotten this, I haven't really reached for my Hourglass one, which if you've been following me for any length of time, you know how much I love that Hourglass one. And that one's a lot cheaper. So that's always a bonus. So next one is going to be what's on my face as far as complexion goes. We're going to be talking about Miss Auntie Pat McGrath. Don't kill me, you guys, but listen to what I have to say about Pat McGrath. So the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I have the shade Medium 15. I slept on this for the longest time. Now, if you've been eyeing this and you think it's going to be like a long wear foundation, do not buy it. I do not think, at least for me, this is not a long wearing foundation whatsoever. I think this lasts a solid like 4 to 6 hours, which for some people, that's like the sweet spot. For me, I like my foundations to last like 8 to 12 because I don't want to be bothered with touching up my makeup. Like if I were to be, say, filming a wedding, or if I'm going to be leaving my house and running errands for the day or something, I probably would not reach for this one just because I get very, very luminous when I wear this foundation and it looks borderline oily. This is just my preference, but it makes my skin, like I have it on my skin right now, it makes my textured skin look so fucking bomb. It looks like it smooths everything out. And I love the fact that this is going to be like, it's a really liquidy foundation. So it's like, it feels very lightweight on the skin, which I'm a big fan of. And it's got coverage. Let me grab just that little pump right there. This will cover up like my whole hand right here, like, and then some, because that was like a half a pump right there. It gives you the coverage. It's beautiful. It just gives you a beautiful, like, it's not quite luminous, but it's not matte. It's like almost like a satin finish, I would say, but it does pull my oils through because I do get oily in my T-zone. So this one for me, it's not a long wearing foundation, but if I want my skin to look fucking bomb for like a few hours, this would be the foundation that I would reach for. It's so expensive though. Like, I don't know if I would repurchase this because I think that there's other foundations that I like more, but I've noticed I've been using this almost every time that I've done my foundation. And it does make a difference too. Like, I just got this during my Sephora haul. Like, a lot of these you're going to see from my Sephora haul. So usually when I buy new products, like, I reach for them all the time. But this one I just noticed, like, it makes my skin look beautiful. So I do really like this one. But if I were to recommend anything from Pat McGrath, it's this fucking concealer. This concealer is bomb. I have it on my under eyes right now. This is going to be a very full coverage concealer. But for me, it makes my under eyes look fucking flawless. Like, I have fine lines, wrinkles, all that sort of stuff. Like, usually when I pull my eyes down like this, you'll see the concealer falling into my lines. This one, it falls in after an amount of time, but it doesn't do it as quickly as other ones do. And it just like blurs everything. It's unreal. This is the best concealer I've ever used in my entire life. I would repurchase this over and over again. It's bomb. It's like, I like the Dior one. I bought that during the VIB sale. I would recommend Pat McGrath over the Dior one, just based off of my preferences. And like I said, I have the texture underneath my eyes, and it makes everything look gorgina. So I highly recommend this one. I just seen Jennifer ask, what if a person has dry skin for the Pat McGrath foundation? I think you would like this better if you have dry skin, because I have more dry skin outside the perimeters of my face. Also, it depends on how you prep your skin. Like, I use the Tatcha Dewy skin cream because I do have the drier skin on the outer perimeters. I still don't necessarily feel that it's long wearing, but I don't have like all over dry skin. It's just one of those things. Like, I was Marco Poloing with some people and I'm like, oh, I look so oily right now. So I don't personally have dry skin. I would recommend, if you are wanting to see how it's going to wear on somebody with dry skin, I would say find a person's channel that has dry skin that's doing a wear test, if that makes sense. So I hope that's helpful, but I don't want to say like, yes, it's great for dry skin just because I don't have dry skin. You know what I mean? So that was it for foundation and concealer. And then this Pat McGrath, the under eye setting powder. This, I don't think it's not like a necessity. I don't think you absolutely need this powder. I think there's other powders that are also great, like the Charlotte Tilbury. I think this Airbrush Flawless, what is it? The Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I think that's a really great powder as well. This one I love because of how lightweight it is, because I've used like under eye setting powders. This is where I mainly use this, but I'll use this even on my face. It really does help with that smoothing effect. I think it doesn't give like it doesn't make you say like, holy shit, like look at my under eyes, but it's just like, ooh, that makes it look just a little bit nicer. I think that these pair really nicely together, and you can buy these two in a kit. You can buy, I believe, all these three in a kit. I have these linked on Pat McGrath's website. I feel like these all complement each other really, really well. And I do have them all on my face again, like I said, but I really love this powder. I like this for my T-zone. I set like my under eyes with it. I even fill in like where I have the larger pores. It just helps smoothing. But my favorite thing about this is it is like It is so insanely finely milled. It's like silk. It's like silk in a powder. It's a beautiful formula. I really love it. So I highly recommend. I mean, all three of these I highly recommend, but if I were to pick like 1, 2, 3, I would say 1, 2, 3. I would say concealer's number 1, powder number 2, foundation number 3 out of Miss Auntie Pat McGrath. But I'm really, really loving those ever since I did my like first time using Pat McGrath. If you guys have questions in the meantime, let me know. Heather says, what? That foundation lasts on my oily skin so well. See, I think a lot of it, especially with foundation, it's how you prep your skin. It's how, you know, it's like it's like a conjunction of things. Like it depends on so many different factors. For me, it doesn't look as good as I want it to after a certain amount of time, if that makes sense. I think when it first applies, okay, with the foundation, when it first applies, it looks very yellow to me. But then as it sits, it looks like my skin doesn't look yellow right now. So when I first used this, I was like, ooh, I think I got the wrong shade. I don't know if I'm going to like this. And then I saw a lot of you guys commenting in that video, like, no, it looks really good. So it's like when you first apply it, it looks kind of wonky. But then once it like dries down or sets down, it really just kind of flattens out, I think. So Makeup with Michelle says, yes, the powder is better for all over the face. I bought the trio. So we some bougie britches. I love that for us. Okay, so the next thing is going to be more makeup products. Tower 28, man. I can't get enough of Tower 28. This Bronzino bronzer, I use the shade West Coast. I haven't really reached for Best Coast since I did my video on these. I definitely prefer West Coast. This just works really well for my skin. I think if you want like a more red tone, I would go for Best Coast, but this is like a perfect neutral. It's going to be a luminous, very creamy, and very emollient. It's very, very emollient to me. So I'll give you guys a swatch of what it looks like. This is on my face right now. But do you see the sheen that this has right here? It's like my perfect, just summer luminous cream bronzer. Again, it's on my face right now. You can't really tell what is what because I do have a luminous like powder bronzer on top of it. But I feel like if I'm going on the boat, I would put this all over like my contour areas and just call it a day because I think this is so beautiful. And I'm just a really big fan of like the Tower 28 packaging. It's so minimal, but it's like, it almost feels like it's like acrylic. So I really like that. It's very minimal, but it still looks like it would be high end. You know what I mean? But I have to talk about this one as well. You guys have heard me talk so much about the Golden Hour cream blush, but I picked up the shade Happy Hour for the VIB sale. I fucking love these blushes. I don't know what else to say. These are some of my favorite cream blushes on the market. Like, I'll just talk about them now. The Fenty Beauty cream blushes and bronzers, they were the fails for me for this month. I almost forgot to mention those because I have them in a box down here. I'll grab those in a second. But this blush, it's beautiful. It's got like the perfect amount of like wetness look to it. The shade of it, it's like a poppy pink. It's beautiful for spring and summer. I love the formula on these. I love that they're very easy to work with. They're very pigmented. Like my girl Heather Austin that's in the chat. Heather did a video, like a first impression, and she's like going in on this compact. And I'm like, oh no, Heather, don't do it. And she puts it on her face and it was just like, it was so bright. These are very, very pigmented. Like all you need to do is do like a small dip and apply it to your face. Like they're so insanely pigmented. So what I usually like to do is I'll dip my brush in there and I'll still like blend it out on my hand and then pick up what I need from my hand and apply it to my face because they're so pigmented. But they remind me a little bit of like the Nudies Bloom from Nude Sticks. That's actually, I had the Nudies Bloom on my face today. But it reminds me similarly to that. But these don't have that like, almost like they don't have like a slip and slidey feel to them. I think that's why I like them so much because they don't feel like they're going to budge. It's like when you apply them, they're going to stay there, but they still have this beautiful wet look to the skin. Again, it's swatched right there. It's Gorgina. Heather says Samantha March has dry skin, I think. You could watch her video for reference. I know Pat McGrath, that foundation is like Samantha's favorite foundation, I think, in her entire collection. So yes, I would definitely encourage. I don't know if she's done a wear test on it or not, but I know that she loves that foundation. Like she was one of the reasons that I ended up buying it because she loves it so much. So that's it for Makeup products. Let me mention, do you guys want me to do the fail? I'll just do the fails now. Okay, so the first one, let me grab it really quick because I almost forgot. So I picked up 2 cream blushes from Fenty, and I picked up one of the cream bronzers. Let me get these out right quick. Hold the phone. Oh, I got another fail in here. I almost forgot. This is what I do. Like when I have fail products, I just put them in this box. Because if they fail, I'm not keeping them. I send them back. So this first one is the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer in the shade Macchiato. I love the shade of this. I think the shade of it is perfect. But these have an oiliness to them that it ain't it for me, sis. I love the shade on this one, though. I like the bronzer more than I like the blushes. So this is going to be what the shade Macchiato is right here. I think the shade of this is perfection. I love the shade of it. But these blushes, okay, like I could get behind the bronzer. It's just I feel like it wears off really quickly. And then with this shade, I did a wear test on these, and it pulls, like the longer that I wore it, it pulled almost like green on my skin. It just looked not the best at the end of the day. And then these cream blushes. I like second guess myself every single time that I see somebody loving up on these because I can't get behind these, but it's because I have textured skin. I have large pores. I have these problems that some people don't have. So I'm going to tell you, if you have the same issues that I do, like I have very large pores in this area right here, and I have a lot of texture on my skin. These accentuate all of the things. It just, I don't know, like they're pretty, they're nice. I really don't like how these you could really see, like I could look at somebody and tell that they're wearing these because they almost leave, I have the shade Fuego Flush and then Drama Class. They almost cause like a separation. Like for what I do, I set my under eyes with powder. And then when I wore these, I didn't set underneath my eyes. When I would apply these, I think they're best applied with your finger. When I applied them to my skin, you could see where it separates. Like you could clearly see like where I powdered and where I don't. Whereas today where I have the Tower 28 on my face, you can't see that separation. Like I can always tell when people are wearing these. And just for me, with just the attention that it draws to the imperfection in my skin, I'm like, I don't understand the hype of these, but that's just me and my humble opinion. I think the price point is very nice on these. I'm not mad about the price whatsoever. I'm not mad about the size of them. I think the packaging is cute. It's just overall, I just don't like the way that my skin looks when I use these. So that's why these were a fail for me. So that was my first fail product. This next one, it's not quite a fail, but it's not a hit. It's like right in the middle. It's like it's an okay product, but I'm going to classify it as a fail right now because of the price point of it. So I've been so back and forth with this damn bronzer because I want to love it so much. It's the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. Okay, I think it's beautiful. I think my problem with it is I'm just not really a fan of matte bronzers. I love me a luminous bronzer like all day, every day. I think that I want to try to get a different shade in this because I have the shade tan. And sometimes when I use this, it looks really great. Other times when I use it, I don't think it looks as good. When I usually like it, it's when I have a cream product underneath it. So that's where I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's the shade that I don't love because I feel like every single person that has this loves it. And I'm like the only one that's not like in love head over heels. Like, first of all, the packaging is 10 out of 10. Gorgina. It looks super bouge. It's beautiful. Everything about it is bomb. And it's massive. Like, size comparison to my head, it's nuts. Size comparison to the Pat McGrath powder, it's massive. It's comparable to like the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer, the Tom Ford bronzers. It's definitely comparable in size. I'm not mad about the price point for it either. It's just for how much this is, I'm not in love with it yet. But I feel like if I got a different shade, maybe that might make a difference. I'll swatch this shade on my hand right now. Does anybody else in the chat have this and is like in love with it? Like, I think too, I don't know, maybe I got a bad one or something because I was noticing, this is going to be a swatch of it right here. Some people were saying, I know that like Kate the Great is head over heels in love with this bronzer. I think it feels nice, but mine doesn't feel like identical to, because the formula is supposed to be the same as this airbrush Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. But I think the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder is more like silky. This one, it's like I could almost feel like something in it. I don't know if it's the pigments in it. I don't know what it is. But Kate is saying otherwise on her channel. So I'm like, maybe I just need a different shade of this. I don't know. It's not a hit. It's not a miss. It's like in the middle as of right now. But I wanted to mention it as a fail just because I'm not in love with it for the hefty price tag of $55, which there are some that are more expensive. I'm well aware of that. But they're like this Kosas bronzer, I think is well more worth the price, but it's also a luminous finish bronzer. So these are going to be very different anyways. It's just going to come down to personal preference, I think. So that's my thoughts as of right now on the Charlotte Tilbury. I do think I'm going to get a different shade in it just to see if I like that better. But I don't know. I don't know. Ashley says, I have medium and I love it. It's gorgeous. See, that's where I'm like, what am I missing here? Is it the shade? Because I feel like everybody that has medium loves it. And I'm the only one that does it. But I have tan, not medium. Makeup with Michelle. I logged the Fenty blushes, but only if I set X, then went over top with something else, which may defeat the purpose. Yeah, because I feel like what I love about cream blushes is they give you that like wetness look to your face, whereas like a powder is not going to do that. A powder is going to make it look more powdery, not as skin-like. You know what I mean? Even with this NARS palette that I love so much, it doesn't give me the effects like a cream blush does. Like, a powder is never going to do that. That's the point of a cream blush. So I don't always set my cream blushes with powders. I don't always use a cream blush either. I notice when I use this, I usually just use the powders. I don't use a cream, but I still love that palette so much. Okay. Jennifer says, I'm the first person I've heard that doesn't like it. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, but I'm not like head over heels for it. Okay, this next one is going to be this Blink Tubing Mascara Amplified. This was another fail for me. It is such a wet formula. Like, I really love the applicator on this because it's more of a brush applicator versus going to be like a plastic applicator. I loved everything about this. I'm like, ooh, fuck me up. This is going to be so good. But it's so wet. It almost has an applicator like the L'Oreal, was it the L'Oreal Voluminous? I don't like it because it's such a wet formula and it gets like everywhere on me. And the Thrive Cosmetics one is still my favorite. That's still worth 100% the money. I do like the Kevyn Aucoin one the more that I use it, but Thrive Cosmetics still has my heart as far as tubing mascaras. Like, if you have not tried that Thrive Cosmetics mascara, you guys, get your shit together because it's so bomb. I love the fact that they're so easy to take off, which this one's still super easy to take off. It just doesn't give me the effects that I like when I'm not wearing false lashes. Like, if I'm not wearing false lashes, it's not a big deal. As long as it coats my lashes and everything, it's good. But I noticed this one too, it's not as black. Like, the Thrive Cosmetics one is so black. It's so pigmented. And it just, the only thing that I don't like about it is it's a plastic applicator. That is literally the only thing that I don't like. So this one for me was a fail. I was really disappointed with that one because I feel like Blink was the most like hyped up when it came to like tubing mascaras, you know what I mean? So that's going to be it for my fails. Now we'll get into some skincare and hair care products. So we're almost done. Okay. So this next one, you guys won't believe how much of this I've used. This is the Tower 28, the Daily Rescue Facial Spray. There's supposed to be an ingredient in here that's supposed to be really great for like cleaning out the bacteria on your face. So I spray the shit out of my face and I put this actually on my back. Swear to God, I had, oh, I just almost yanked my earring out. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Like, I get these little pimples. Like, I think I have a little one right here, or it's actually a scar right here. I always get pimples like in this area right here. Ever since I've been using this, I have not gotten one pimple. Not one. And I spray this. I'll spray it all over my face. And then I spray like my décolletage or whatever the hell you want to call this. And then I'll reach around and I'll spray this on my back. I have not had one pimple since I started using this, since my Sephora VIP sale haul. And I'm already down to here. Like, I've used so much of this product already. I will definitely repurchase this. I think it's making a huge difference for like, because I don't get acne often, but when I get them, I get like cystic acne. Like, I get the ones that are like when you touch it, it hurts, like the really deep acne pimples. I have not gotten one of those ever since using this. My skin is super happy right now. I think it looks beautiful. It's brought to you by all of the skincare products, but I instantly noticed because I was talking to Samantha March because she actually was repurchasing this as well. I was talking to her on Marco Polo, and I noticed I had like 3 or 4 of these little red pimples in this area. I used this, and I swear to God, the next day I woke up and there was no redness. Swear to God, I was like, it had to have been from this because I don't really put skincare down here. I do it down my neck sometimes, but I never rub it from like shoulder to shoulder. I never do that. This is the only product that I've actually sprayed across my chest and sprayed it on my back because your girl gets some cystic acne on her back and it hurts like a mofo. There's been products that have helped with it, but for as easy as this is, I love that it's a spray. I can get it all over. The only downfall with this one is I'm going through it so quickly. But if it works like it's been working, I'm not pissed about it. I think this big bottle is like $28. The smaller bottle is $12. The only thing that I don't like about it, besides you go through it fast, is it has a very like chlorinated smell to it. But this is going to be a clean beauty brand at Sephora. It says, use daily, use AM to PM on freshly cleansed skin, dry before moisturizing. And it's just a really great product. I love the fact that they make their products to be designed to be ideal for sensitive skin. That's like I love this brand. I talk about them all the time. I feel like everybody was sleeping on them for like 6 to 8 months. I'm like one of those people. I'm like, I knew who Tower 28 was before anybody else did. At least I felt that way, you know? It's almost like when you hear a song for the first time and then everybody starts loving it. You're like, but I knew about this song when it wasn't cool, you know? That's how I feel about Tower 28. So I love that product. I highly recommend it. This next one is an oldie but a goodie, the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. I can't get enough of this. It completely transforms my skin. It gives me that extra boost of hydration that I love. I have not gotten burnt skin since the summer has began. Is it even summer yet? No, technically it's not summer yet. But ever since I started using this, my skin's just happy. I notice myself, like this works really well underneath makeup as well. Like if you apply it before makeup, I think it really helps with like a smoothing effect for your skin. But this one, I like using it at night. So I'll go in with my Tatcha Dewy skin cream and then I'll put some of this on top of it. And it's like, I wake up with the most plump, hydrating skin. It's such a great product. I get this little thing. You can get these at Sally's. They're meant for like hair dye. I use them for this because it gets all the product out. So if you guys haven't seen these before, it's just you attach it to the tube and you twist it and it just really gets all the product out. So I love this product. It's one that I always travel with as well. Like anytime I'm going on vacation, I buy the small size of this and I have it in my purse and I apply it when I'm on the plane because it just gives me that hydration that my skin needs. So I've talked about that a million times before, but I haven't had it in a while and it feels so good to be back, baby. It feels so good. So last one for body care. I've used this a few times and I'm just like, oh my girl, I don't think I'll ever buy another skin oil. It's so expensive. It's so goddamn expensive. The L'Occitane, the Supple Skin Oil. If you are a fan, this is a product that I cannot like touch it without smelling it. It smells so good. If you ever loved the L'Occitane, the almond shower oil, don't buy that and buy this instead. Because this, for one, like the scent lasts longer on your skin because it's an actual oil. So it doesn't look like I've used a ton of this, but it's because you don't need to spray a lot of it. Like the one spray, I usually use a shower oil when I shave because my skin is very reactive. Like I have very sensitive skin, especially when I shave. So it's like whenever I shave, I always spray an oil on first and then I'll moisturize on top of that. The smell is my favorite thing about this. It's basically like how I feel about Tatcha. It makes me happy when I smell it. But the hydration that my skin gets from this is incredible. Like I now see why. Like this is a bougie product, okay? I was using the Kiehl's Creme de Corps. It's still a pricey body oil. I think it's like $35 for the Kiehl's one. You do get more product, but I also use a lot more. So with this one, it's a little bit more expensive, but I'm not using a lot more. So I feel like this is going to be more long lasting than the other one. And then just the icing on the cake is how it smells. It smells exactly like that almond shower oil. It's such a great product. I was worried out about the like it being a glass bottle because like I said, this is a luxury product. If I was spraying it, I was worried that I would drop it because if like my hands are all like yucky or whatever. I have not had a problem with it. What I have dropped, I mentioned this in my haul video. I was like, I don't love the fact that these like the You to the People, their stuff comes in glass bottles. And I fucking dropped my toner already. I dropped it like the week after. I'm like, this is why I don't like glass bottles for skincare. But I haven't had that problem for this yet. I've learned my lesson and I like sit on my bed and that's when I spray myself. So if I drop it, it drops on my bed. I got it down to a science. So I've been really loving this one. It looks like I haven't used a lot of it, but I've used this several times at this point. And it's because you don't need to use a lot. It's almost like a thicker consistency as well. So I highly recommend this one. I love it. And especially if you like the scent of the almond shower, like the body wash. Have I been saying that wrong this whole time? If you like the almond shower oil, the body wash, that I would purchase more so over the body wash. Because the body wash is really nice, but you fly through it. You go through it so fast because it's so liquidy. And then it doesn't really lather on your skin. The main thing that I loved about it was the smell and the fact that this has the same scent. If anything, it's like a little bit more fragrant, I think. This is what I would buy. I would buy this over that, the body wash. So 2 more things. Let me catch my breath. How you guys doing in the chat? Okay, so the next thing is going to be the Olaplex No. 3 Hair Perfector. So they just came out with, actually, I think this is new, the value size. So this is going to be 8.5 fluid ounces. I am well aware that this is so fucking expensive. I am lucky enough to have a sister that she can get stuff at a discount because she's a licensed cosmetologist. So she gets these for me. This is my favorite hair mask of all time. Love it. Absolutely love it. It makes the biggest difference for my hair. I used to use this wrong though. And I wanted to tell you guys in case you're like me and don't read directions. So you're supposed to use this 1 time a week. I use this sometimes 2 times because my hair is so incredibly damaged. I mean, we still haven't fixed the color correction yet. We're not judging. But I use this 1 to 2 times a week depending on how my hair is feeling. If my hair feels really dried out, I'll use this more than once a week. But I use this use it before you shampoo and condition your hair. I used to use this after I would shampoo my hair and then I would condition it and then I would put this on. That's not how you're supposed to use it. So make sure you use this before you shampoo and condition your hair. It's amazing. I think this is the best product that Olaplex does. I've talked about it a million times, but I wanted to mention it again because they do have the bigger size now. It's an amazing product, so I highly recommend it. And then this last one, this was actually gifted to me because I have a local salon. I don't know where you could purchase this, but if you're in my area, if you go to, well, you can't go there right now. At least I don't think you can. But they've been doing like a pickup order type of thing. It's at Adonia Salon and Spa. I have it written in the description box. They have this Euphora Nourish Urgent Repair Treatment. So the owner actually gave me a sample of this when we did like a wedding expo. I first thought it was a hand cream. So I put it like all over my hands and I'm like, this doesn't feel like hand cream. Again, read directions when you get products, you guys. So I like using this one because it gives you the most glorious like cooling sensation on your scalp. I don't know what it is about a cooling sensation. Like if you guys are like me, like, am I the only one that's like that? Like I love when my scalp feels cool. It's the weirdest thing, but that's my favorite thing about this is it has a really nice cooling sensation to it. And it does help give me a little bit more nourishing to my hair. If I were to pick between the Olaplex and this one, I would still pick the Olaplex. But this just makes my hair feel like repaired, but it also feels clean. Like there's something in my mind that relates like clean to cooling when it comes to hair. I don't know. It's like the weirdest thing. Am I the only one that is like that? Let me know. But that is going to be all of my favorites in the comment section right now. What are your guys' favorites right now? Like if you were to pick one, what's your favorite product for the month of May? If you're in the live chat, comment it now. If you're watching the playback, leave it in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys are loving, not loving. I always love knowing a fail product because, I mean, who doesn't? Jennifer says the body oil has a dupe at Trader Joe's. What? I haven't heard that before. Nicole says I put silicone around my glass bottle Plastic is supposed to be bad for your skin, like drinking outside a plastic bottle or something. I mean, I could see where it's probably like not as good for the environment, like the plastic. I'm so intrigued. Trader Joe's has the oil body wash dupe. It smells exactly the same. Say what? I'm going to need somebody to link that in the comment section after for me, because if that's true, game over. The only downfall is I don't have a Trader Joe's that's remotely close to me. The closest one is like an hour away. I just finished watching Angelica's video. I noticed she is now watching your video. Hi, Britt. Angelica. Is Angelica here? I didn't see her. Angie, are you here, girl? I don't see her. Angie, if you're here. Hey, girl. Jen says her Sonia G brushes. Sonia G. I think of Kiki Sweat every single time. Every single time. She's another one of my favorite creators right now. I freaking love Alicia. Nicole says the Fenty Beauty cream bronzers and blushes. See? Everybody's got a difference in opinions. The YSL Cushion Foundation. I've never tried any foundations from YSL. I used to say that I've never tried YSL, but I know that I have. I have the lip product, and then I've also tried the primer from YSL, but that is, I think, it. Tower 28 bronzer and blush. So good. Sonia G, I'll have some of her brushes in like my updated brush favorites video. The lipstick I'm wearing, okay, I'll tell you guys really quick. So I have the Propa Beauty. It's the shade Limitless. That's the base of what's on my lips right now. And then I also have, it's back here, the Buxom Vava Plump Shiny Liquid Lipstick in the shade Paradise Found. I believe the new shade is called Kiss and Tell, I think. I think we established that the last time I was wearing this. So I have this on the top, and then I have it topped with the Tower 28 Lip Jelly in the shade Fire. That's the lip cocktail that I have on right now. The main thing that you're seeing is this one here, because I had this on first and it was a little bit too dark. I wanted it to be a little bit more vibrant to go with the eyeballs. So that is what's on my lips right now. If you guys are wondering anything else, what's on my face, I didn't get a chance to link everything. But most of everything's on my face right now that I talked about in the favorites. And then the eye is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Jawbreaker. And then I have some Clionadh Cosmetics glitter multi-chromes on as well. I have the shade Corrosion, and oh my God, I'm still waiting for my Clionadh order, you guys. I'm so sad. I think it's Corrosion and Torch. Torch. These are the two. I'm going to be careful because sometimes these tend to fall out. These two shades right here are also on my eyes. The glitter multi-chromes are so, so good from Clionadh Cosmetics. Let's see what else you guys are loving right now. The Dior Backstage Glow Palette is my universal and recent favorites. I mentioned that in my last Throwback Thursday video. I've been loving those Throwback Thursdays. I think that's going to be a weekly thing. Do you guys want it to be weekly? I love my Wayne Goss Sonia G and Rapper brushes. Yes, I love it. I can't wait to do a brush video for you guys. And then Miss Perfect says the Natasha Denona Gold and the Nabla Cutie Platinum Palette. Ooh, I've never tried Nabla before. I know I'm starting to think my Clionadh order is never going to come. I can't wait for the day that mine comes. I've been patiently waiting. I believe they're catching up on orders right now. Oh my God. Let's see. That Kosas bronzer is my standout. Holy F, it's perfection. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, guys, I have, let's see, tomorrow I'm supposed to get my e.l.f. Cosmetics and J Kissa palette. If you want to see another video on that palette, Glitter Fallout posted hers today, so make sure you guys go check that out. I think some other people have posted their videos as well. I just haven't seen anybody else's. I saw Linda's this morning. So make sure you guys go check her out. Check out everything that's linked in the description box, you guys. Make sure you guys check out Proba Beauty. They're doing that. 50% of the proceeds for the pre-order are going to those two charities, depending on which which code you guys use. I talked about that in the beginning of the video. I have that linked down below. I have the information for the charities linked down below as well. I have Audrey at Home and T from Nappy Headed Jojoba. They are linked down below as well. Just remember what I said at the beginning of this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this favorites. Favorites are some of my favorite videos to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys did, don't forget to thumbs it up, thumbs it down if you don't like it. That's how I know what you guys like to see. But I mean, who doesn't love a good favorites video? I'm just wondering. So I just saw Shanna says, Britt, I think according to the mini update Cleona had on Insta stories, we should get ours in June. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for June, guys. Heather says, girl, of course. We want to see what you think of the elf stuff. I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I haven't had the best luck with elf. But again, we will see. I will probably do an unfiltered first impressions on that. So I'll probably do that live. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.